Hi, my name is Danielle and you're watching Anime. So this is my yearly pre-order video, of course, except the twist this year is not a twist, but you know, I'm just gonna be canceling a good chunk of these. And you know, we'll go through those, of course, throughout the video. But before we get into anything though, this video is sponsored by Bai, so I do need to talk about that for a quick second. So if you don't know who they are already, Bai is a proxy service that allows you to buy off of Japanese online marketplaces like Amazon Japan, Yahoo Japan Auctions, Mercari, and what they do is they buy or bid on the items on your behalf. Those items get sent to their warehouse, and from there they get sent to your place. I actually genuinely use and enjoy Bai as a service. In fact, I just bought some more stuff today, of course. I have about 10 different items stored at their warehouse. Oh gosh, maybe it's around 15. I have some items stored at their warehouse at the current moment, and I'm just kind of deciding if I want to add more before I use the package consolidation service, which is where they take those 10 different items and purchases and put it into a single shipment to get sent to your place instead of, 10 different shipments. So yeah, we will figure out how many more I add in the future. I'll figure that out later. But until then, if you yourself are interested in using Bai, then first-time users can sign up using the link in my description for a 2,000 yen off coupon, which is about $20 off your first purchase, which is pretty neat to me. Anyways, thank you so much to Bai for sponsoring this video, and now let's get to it. All right, well, getting into it, I was gonna start the video off giving you guys a detailed explanation as to the two main reasons why I'll be canceling figures. And then as I was sitting there kind of thinking about how I would like to say it just seemed long and tedious and annoying, and not even that interesting either. So instead, I'm gonna give you a short rundown, a little overview, if I can say that. So basically the first main reason is just that I'm currently reevaluating where I want my collection to go, the kinds of things that I want to collect, how I want it to look in the future, that type of stuff. This is definitely prompted by the fact that I got really into manga collecting, so that started shifting the way I see my collection, and also I'm just accepting the fact that I myself am an ever-changing individual, and so it's only natural that my collection will be ever-changing with me. I swear I'm not on the puff right now, but I don't even know why I'm censoring that, but I live in Canada, it's fine. Anyways. And the second reason is just that I used to have a full-time job and now I don't. Now I'm a student and YouTube is the only way that I am getting an income at the current moment. So I don't have a lot of disposable income anymore. I just literally cannot afford as much as I used to be able to. And it just really helps put into perspective what is worth spending the money on and what is that is just too much effort to go out of my way to make sure I can afford that at the time I need to afford that. So, a lot of things are getting canceled for that reason as well. Yeah, that's the second reason. And that was that. That was gonna be a whole 15-minute section. The way that it was going, anyways, we're gonna get into the figures now. So starting off with the Hikabana K Juten figure, it is an Onmyoji figure. This one actually was supposed to release in November 2021, but it got delayed until spring 2022. And that is literally all it says. I don't know what month it's releasing. I guess they haven't figured it out yet, but until then, I just put it at the beginning of the list because I didn't know where to put it. But it's an Onmyoji figure, and I have to say, I am becoming a huge fan of Onmyoji figures and even their merch. Their whole vibe and what they're going for, I'm here for it. I don't play the games, but I'm still here for their merch. I love it, so I'm very excited for this one. And then getting into January 2022, of course, starting off with the Kaguya Shinomiya Kaguya-sama Love is War 1/4 scale bunny figure. I'm very excited for this. Chika turned out absolutely incredible. Kaguya looks absolutely incredible in the photos, so I can only imagine that she's gonna look amazing with Chika, but also on her own. Nothing more to say other than very, very excited for this bunny figure. And then moving on, we have the Otakemaru 1/8 scale figure. It's another Onmyoji figure. He looks incredible. I am so excited for this figure. And I actually did initially miss his pre-order period, but luckily I kept him on my bookmarks and a spot did open up and I was able to get him, and I'm so he's one of my most anticipated figures that I pre-ordered. I'm so excited for this. Actually, I should just say it now. If I'm not canceling it, there's a good chance that I'm insanely excited to get the figure. So that's him. He looks amazing, and we're gonna move on. And we're moving on to the Azur Lane Jean Bart dress version. She looks incredible. I have a thing for gorgeous women and evening wear with guns and alcohol. I love figures like this. She looks incredible. She was actually supposed to come out in 2021, but of course she got delayed to 2022. And then moving on to February 2022, where I have one scale figure. So we have the Mabushouke Satoru Gojo Jujutsu Kaisen figure, and oh my god, am I excited for this. In my opinion, this glorified noodle stopper is the best Gojo figure. Like, they just nailed him. He looks so good, okay? Any comments disagreeing with me are automatically counted as hate comments. No disagree. My word is law here, and he is the best Gojo figure. Sorry. Anyways, he looks great. Very excited for him. Cannot wait to see him in person. And then the last thing that I pre-ordered for February was actually the Denji Nendroid from Chainsaw Man. He's releasing a little bit later just because I got him off of Navito World, where he has a later release date. And this is where we start getting into cancellations because, to be honest, I got him because I also got the Power Nendroid. However, the Power Nendroid got lost in the mail. She never arrived. I mean, I can check again, but I highly doubt she'll be there. It's been months now. And so, yeah, it's just kind of made having Denji very bitter, and I'd rather just cancel him and be done with these. I don't want anything to do with them anymore, so yeah. Moving on though to March. And more cancellations with the Darkstalkers Morgan figure from Kotobukiya. So I've been on the fence about canceling this one for a while, because anytime I look at her, it's just, she's gorgeous, okay? Like, she looks incredible. They've done an incredible job with her. However, she doesn't really fit where I think I'm going with my collection at the moment. And I honestly could just use the money. To me, I'd rather just have the money than have her. Like, it'll make a difference. So she's gonna be a cancellation as well. And then the second figure that I had pre-ordered for March of 2022 was the Absent-Minded Chibi Suthulu-chan. This one I'm going to be canceling as well. Actually, I had pre-ordered as well her scale figure DX version and the Inexhaustible Blackrock Shooter figures. Both of these, while they're gorgeous figures, I just started to get hung up on where I was gonna put them. Like, I just couldn't stop thinking about the space that they were gonna take up, to the point where it took out any excitement that I had for the figure in the first place. And yeah, after I canceled those ones, I kind of thought that I was gonna keep this one, but you know what, like, I'd rather save the money, and she doesn't really fit where I'm going with my collection at the current moment, so cancellation as well. That's it for March. And moving on to April 2022, where I have nothing. It's a nice buffer month. At the current moment, nothing is pre-ordered. But then we go to May, where we have the Dance of the Succubus Lucilia. This one is from Luminous Box. I don't think I have anything from Luminous Box, so I'm not really sure what to expect on that front. However, I do not care because this is a absolutely gorgeous figure. She's so cute. Ever since I saw this, I knew immediately that I wanted it. And you know, we're gonna be keeping it, of course. And then the last two scale figures that I have for May of 2022 are the Mitsuka and the Reika 1/4 scale figures from Free. Both of these are an original illustration and they're technically a pair, and I'm gonna be canceling both of them. First of all, I don't know what freeing is on, that they literally released paired bunnies on the same month. I think it's just mean. I think it's a mean-spirited thing to do. Second of all, I literally just can't get over how much money I would have to spend on them. Both of them are literally 27,000 or 28,000 yen each. And right now, and I imagine around this time as well, DHL is the only available option for me. So that's gonna be an extra couple $100s. I don't even know if that will include the customs that'll be for this. Like, it's just all around too much money, to the point where it's ruined my excitement for the figures. Genuinely, I really like these since I saw the prototype, but all I can think about is how much money I'd have to spend on them. And at that point, it's not worth it. Like, I'm getting the Kaguya bunny, and there's no part of me that's like, oh no, what about the shipping? Because I just want the figure and I'll make it work. And the fact that for these ones, I'm not thinking about how I'll make it work, I'm just thinking about the relief I'll have when I cancel them. They're not worth it, they're gonna be canceled. And that's that, which is a shame. They're really, really gorgeous figures. And then moving on to June 2020, we have a OST 14 dress version. This is by Apex Innovations. Gorgeous figure, definitely gonna be keeping her. Funny enough, for this one, her pre-orders opened up in China before they opened up in global websites, so I was a bit afraid that she was gonna be a Chinese exclusive. So I ended up using the Superbuy proxy service for Chinese websites like Taobao to get her off of Taobao. It worked out though, because even though it's much more of an annoying process, because I don't know, for this one you have to like resubmit it when it releases anyways. Even though it's a more annoying process, on Taobao, she's about 130 Canadian dollars, whereas on Ummmmmmmm, she was about 220 to 230 Canadian dollars. So I'm gonna be saving a little bit of money for the effort, of course, but saving a little bit of money. It worked out, basically. Gorgeous figure though, same thing, gorgeous girls, evening wearing guns. Great figures like that. Then we have the Detective is Already Dead, the maid version for whatever this character is. For this one, I felt like I wasn't allowed to get her because I don't know that series. Well, I guess I know of it, but I've never watched it or never really cared to watch it type of thing. But this is such a gorgeous figure. Literally, I saw it and I was like, oh, I wish it was a figure that I knew or a figure from a series I knew. And then I was thinking like, oh, if only it was an original character. At this point, just get the figure. Like, I don't have to know the source material. It's a gorgeous figure and that's all I really need to know. And so I got it. And yeah, so there's that one. It looks so good. And then we have a bunch of Nendroids, starting with the Kakashi Black Ops Anbu version. I, until like yesterday, was convinced that this was going to be on the list of cancellations, just because I don't have too much of an attachment to this Nendroid. However, I cannot deny the fact that this is a great Nendroid. Like, they just did such a good job on it, and Kakashi is amazing, and this is a great outfit for him. And so sure, I don't have as much of an attachment to Kakashi or this whatever, it's still gorgeous, okay? So even if I have it for a little while, I'm gonna be happy to have it for a little while. And you know, not canceling it, still excited for it, basically is what I'm trying to say. Then we have the Nezuko Nendroid doll. I never really cared for her Nendroid, and I don't know, I'm not really wowed by any of her scales. In fact, what I'm really wowed by are some of her statues, but if I'm gonna get a statue, it's gonna be of a character I absolutely love. And while I do like Nezuko, I can't say I like love her. So I was really, really happy when they had this Nendroid doll come out because she works so well as an Nendroid doll. She looks so cozy in her little clothing. It's so cute. I'm actually excited for this one. And it gets to be like my Nezuko representation in my collection, which is nice too. And then for this next one, honestly, with the Jujutsu Kaisen Nendroids, I'm kind of underwhelmed by them. I've never really felt the need to get any of them, despite the fact that I like almost all of the characters. So I was really, really happy when the one that I like the most out of all of them also happens to be my favorite character, which is Toge. I love him. He's actually one of my favorite characters just in general, but they did such a good job on his Nendroid and I am so excited. And I will show these off, even though they are a little bit broken at this point because it's been a couple of days, but I did like Toge inspired nails. I haven't done nail art in a while, so it was fun to do this. Yeah, that's how much I love him, but I did little Toge inspired nails. I'm excited for this Nendroid. And even better, I was able to snag him on Ummmmmmmm because those pre-orders close fast. Speaking of which, the last Nendroid that I have for this month is the Kenma Nendroid, which I wasn't able to snag on Ummmmmm. I had to get him off of the Good Smile Company US website, which is fine because not only do I get an extra keychain, but I've already paid for him, so I don't have to worry about that. No part of me is gonna cancel any of the Haikyuu Nendroids. I intend to get them all. I don't know why I did that to myself, but I did, and I'm getting them all, and including this one, so yeah. Moving on to July 2022. We have the Kaira Kuten 20th CoverGirl original illustration figure. I'm so excited for this one. Something about it just vibes with me. I love the whole thing. I love the illustration. I love the character design. I love the way it turned out. Like, I'm genuinely and wholly excited for this figure. And then the next one that I have for this month is the Takagi Makoto figure. This one I'm gonna be canceling, to be honest. So, you know, when I first saw her, I didn't really care for her. Then her pre-orders opened and she came out with that amazing heart eyes faceplate. Like, she looks incredible in that. And so I convinced myself into buying it because I liked the faceplate so much. But now when I really just think about the idea of having to go out of my way to pay for her, it just doesn't seem like it's worth it to that extent, you know? So she's gonna be canceled, but very, very nice figure regardless. And then it looks like we have some Nendroids for this month. So we have the Jujutsu Kaisen 0 Yuta figure. Probably gonna be canceling this one. Again, kind of underwhelmed by a lot of the Jujutsu Kaisen, I have such a hard time saying that, the Jujutsu Kaisen figures. And I got this one because I knew I was gonna watch the movie and I was gonna be like, oh, after the movie, I'm gonna want this Nendroid. But if I don't want it before, then I probably just shouldn't get it, you know? I'd rather save the money. But if I feel like I'm kind of in hot water with Ummmmmmmm by all the cancellations at this point, I'll just keep them and see what happens from there. But most likely I'll be canceling him. Yes, I am afraid of Ummmmmmmm at this point. And then the last two Nendroids we have for this month are the Atsumu and the Osamu Mia twins Nendroids. Of course, keeping these. I also missed their pre-orders on Ummmmmmmm, so I did get them off of Good Smile Company as well. Which means they're already paid for, again. Very nice feeling. It's very nice to have something that's already paid for. And then for August, I only have one scale figure, so it is the Lamb Rock Singer Mahatsune Miku figure. It's a Tokyo Otaka Mode exclusive, actually. This one I'm gonna be canceling. So I know for sure that I don't want to keep her, but a part of me doesn't want to cancel her because I did put points into paying for this figure, and I know I'm not gonna get those back. But also, I kind of just don't want to deal with having her anymore. Anyways, not keeping her. And we're gonna move on. She's gorgeous though, by the way. She's absolutely gorgeous. I feel like I should say, like, the ones that I'm canceling, I'm not canceling because I hate the figure, or else I wouldn't have pre-ordered it in the first place. I just, you know, for the other reasons. Yeah, okay. So moving on to September. We have the Mr. Love Queen's Choice Lucian If Time Flows Back version. This is a Nendroid doll. I'm so excited for this. I think it looks so, like, great. This is actually another one where I felt like I wasn't allowed to pre-order it because I didn't know the source material. And I searched it up and it is an Otome game, actually. Funny enough, I actually couldn't find the original illustration that goes with this guy. Like, he doesn't look anything like this in the game. Where's he? I want to see the illustration of him looking like this because the doll itself is adorable. So anyways, I like him enough that I didn't care about, basically. Yeah. And then for October, we actually only have two Nendroid dolls. We have the Mila and Kamus? I feel like it is Kamui. It just seems like that would be it, but I don't know, clearly. Both of these are very adorable, and I convinced myself into buying them, especially because I saw this picture where they have their clothing switched, and I just thought they looked so cute. During this time, I was going through a Nendroid doll phase where I was like, I'm gonna get all of them. Also, I had just watched the case study of Vanitas, which everybody needs to watch. It was so good. We can get into that in a separate video. But I was all in like a vampire craze and whatever, so I convinced myself into getting these, and if you get where I'm going with this, basically I'm gonna be canceling them. They're really cute, they really are. They don't fit where I want to go with my collection. I'd rather have the money, blah blah blah. And so yeah. Moving on to November. So in November, I do have two scale figures. I have the Shuden Doji Festival version. This one I definitely got because of the hype. Like, I'm not as attached to this figure as other people might be, or I guess a better way to say it is I'm not as excited about getting this as other figures that I'm getting, but I can't help but acknowledge how cute it is. And I would, at least for a little while, like to have it in my collection because it's really, really adorable. Like, there's hype on it for a reason, basically. So, you know, there's her. And then we have the Nur Megami Skytube figure. I've been looking out for this figure for a while now. I was so happy when Ummmmmmmm had a pre-order bonus with her original illustration. Like, I'm so excited for that. I think she turned out absolutely incredible. And so I, you know, obviously pre-ordered her. However, I have to say, they do this thing with some Skytube figures where they look like they took the photo with like an iPhone flash. Like, it's just not flattering for the figure. And I think they do it because, you know, they probably have sheer clothing and they want to accentuate that. But, you know, it looks like an iPhone flash, okay? And that bothers me. So I'm excited for the figure, but every time I see this photo, I'm just like, it's an iPhone flash. It doesn't, so anyways, December 2022. I feel like I'm slowly losing it. Slowly losing it. I've already lost it. I pretend like I haven't, and I'm able to keep that up from the beginning of the video, and then as time goes on, I'm just like, ah. So December 2022. So for December, we do have two scale figures. The first one is the 1:1 scale, which is very exciting. I've always wanted one of those, of the Benny Tengutake figure from Reverse Studios. I was actually genuinely surprised when I wanted to get this scale figure because, to be frank, I'm not a fan of children. I find them quite annoying, and if I have a choice, would like to not be around them. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna like punch a kid or something. You know, if they try to talk to me, I'll be like nice and respectful, of course. Everyone deserves respect, but you know, if I can avoid it, I will. And because of that, I also just don't really care to have kids in my collection at all. Like, if I see a child figure, no part of me even like considers getting it. Which is why I'm so surprised that when I saw this figure, I like immediately wanted to get her. Like, she's so cute. Like, she's literally, she's a little mushroom girl holding a mushroom umbrella surrounded by mushrooms. And everything about this figure is so cute. And so funny enough, despite everything, this is literally one of my most anticipated figures of the year, which of course would come out in December, but I'm so excited for this figure. Like, I think about it often. I'm like, I really want this figure in my house now. So yeah. And what helps it as well is that it's by Reverse Studios, and they seem to be a new figure company. I'm so impressed with them so far. I have one of their figures here. I'll be unboxing her in a different video with the OST 14 girl. And just from what I can see in the box and the box itself, she looks incredible, okay? And just overall with the figures that they come out with, I really, really like their vibe. So the idea that, you know, this one is by them as well is probably helps it as well. I don't know, okay, I'm excited, okay? I'm excited. That's what I'm trying to say. And then the last figure for December is just the Asuka Langley Radio Eva Part 2 figure. I got the colored version. I wasn't actually planning to get this originally. I was only planning on getting the Shinji from the set because I absolutely love the Shinji from this set. However, she turned out gorgeous, like absolutely gorgeous. I love the decision they made with very much changing their face shape and stuff like that to distinguish it from the part 1. Yeah, I couldn't help but get her. And now that I'm getting her and know that I'm getting Shinji, I've just decided that I'm gonna get them all. I'm just gonna get the full set. And yes, if they ever do come out with the Radio Eva figures, but with the walking across the street illustration, the one that I have on screen here, because I love this, this is absolutely my favorite of the 3, then I will also get that full set. And then I'll just have 2 full sets. That's fine. Especially because, unlike one company, Freeing, they actually release them all in different dates and in different months, and they don't all come out in the same time. So, but basically I'm getting them all. I'm very excited for this. I think they did a great job. How do I end things? This is how I'll end this. Basically, here's all the figures that I'm canceling, and here's all the figures that I'm keeping. Filming Danielle doesn't know what these look like right now. Editing Danielle does, and I'm afraid. I'm very afraid of Ummmmmmmm right now. I don't want them to cancel my account. It's fine though, I'm sure. Oh yeah, because this also didn't include all of the merch that I had pre-ordered, because I have a bunch of merch pre-ordered as well, but that just seemed tedious to add to the video, so I didn't. So hopefully, you know, tides them over and they're not like, you're out, you're cut. Okay. Anyways, I have a Twitter, Instagram, Discord if you want to check those out. Only if you want to, of course. Thank you so much to Bai for sponsoring this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you subscribed, thank you so much for subscribing. And I do hope that you have an amazing, amazing day. Bye. I feel like I'm supposed to put something at the end of videos now. I just feel like I have to. But sometimes even the cut... Sometimes my brain is like this.